In this video, we are going to talk about Rahu in Uttarabhadrapada Nakshatra, Padas, symbolism, and more. So keep watching. Namaste and welcome to Pramanik Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic Astrology. And if you want to learn Vedic Astrology step by step, join my 33 days Vedic Astrology bootcamp. Link is in the description. Rahu in Uttarabhadrapada Nakshatra. What is Rahu? Rahu is the planet of future. Wherever you have Rahu placed in, you think beyond time, like you think ahead of time. It's a futuristic planet which brings in transformation and change. Rahu is also the planet associated with Tantra and Kundalini. Rahu is about obsession. Rahu is the head of the serpent. Remember the story of the celestial churning of ocean? Go and watch that into my Rahu Ketu videos. So Rahu is the head portion of that serpent. Rahu is also considered as a is also referred to as a coiled snake, resembling with the Kundalini. So it is a sleeping giant. The rise of a Kundalini opens up different dimensions of your personality, and that's what Rahu is. Rahu is an extremely powerful planet. Now this Rahu comes into the nakshatra of Uttarabhadrapada Nakshatra. The literal meaning of the word Uttara is letter, Bhadra is good, and Pada is feet. Letter, good, feet. So Uttarabhadrapada is the letter portion of a Purva Bhadrapada. There are 2-3 pairs of Uttara and Purva. Uttara Bhadrapada, Purva Bhadrapada, Uttara Falguni, Purva Falguni, Uttara Shada and Purva Shada. So this is the last among that pair of Uttara and Purva. Purva literally means previous or earlier, and Uttara means later. So this Uttara Bhadrapada is the literal meaning of it is Uttara, later, Bhadra, good, Pada is feet. The range of this nakshatra is from 3 degrees 20 minutes of Pisces to the 16 degrees 40 minutes of Pisces. It has 4 padas: Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. Virgo pada is Pushkar Navamsha, and the Libra pada is Ashtamamsha. What is Ashtamamsha? We'll talk about it. So these are the 4 padas into this nakshatra. The deity associated with this nakshatra is Ahirbhudnya. Ahirbhudnya is a serpent, the deity which is under the sea. If you look at the placement of this nakshatra, it's into the 12th sign of Pisces, which is about a deep ocean or deep sea. And now ruler of it is Ahirbhudnya, who rules the deep ocean. This is a dragon, a serpent who resides at the bottom of the ocean, and it rules that ocean. And it pairs with Ajayakapada, which is more like a deity of a Purva Bhadrapada, but they work in pair, and they are always relationship of lightning and water. So Ahirbhudnya, the ruler, the deity of the Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra, is all about the water deity. Ahirbhudnya gives water, and water is a symbolism of creation and wealth. Ahirbhudnya gives what is required for life, that is nourishment and all the supporting things to sustainable life. That's why the Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra is the nakshatra of wealth. You would see more wealthy people having this nakshatra into their chart, prominent nakshatra into their chart, along with Revati and other wealth-giving nakshatras. But Uttara Bhadrapada is one of the important wealth-giving nakshatra. And now the planet Rahu comes in here. We'll talk about it. But before that, let's talk about the Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra. The deity associated with it is Ahirbhudnya. The symbol associated with this nakshatra is coiled snake, is about the front legs of the deathbed as well, can be seen with this. And the animal associated with this nakshatra is cow, which is again considered as a holy animal which gives you everything, like Kamadhenu, the cow which fulfills all your wishes. So all in all, this nakshatra is about wealth, abundance, and providing things to the living beings. Now Rahu comes in here. The planet of abundance comes into the nakshatra of wealth. So Rahu in Uttarabhadrapada Nakshatra gives massive wealth. When Rahu comes into this nakshatra, and if it is creating any yogas along with this placement, even better. If you are going through the Mahadasha of Rahu and you have this placement, so during Rahu Mahadasha, you will earn massive wealth. Life-changing wealth can be acquired during this time, provided you should be going through that Mahadasha. Otherwise, it would just be a promise in the chart, but there won't be any supporting dasha. So dasha is the most important element into the yogas. Yogas without dasha means nothing. Now, let's talk about this. When Rahu comes into the nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada, it gives the person spiritual awakening. The person with the Rahu in Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra has spiritual awakening. No matter how much wealth you have, it gives you that spiritual awakening. In fact, when you have the wealth, that's when you realize it's nothing. And before you don't have money, money is your God. So for these people, when they have the wealth, they understand the nothingness about the wealth, and they get to the spiritual awakening. Ahir Bhudnya is in the deep sea, and in the deep sea, emotions are hidden. So these people may not be extrovert. These people would be shy from other people. No matter how flamboyant Rahu is, when it comes into this nakshatra, into this deep water, he feels restricted with his expression. Rahu is also the planet of Tantra. The planet of Tantra comes into the deity, which is ruling the realm, which is below the sea. So the person with the Rahu in the Uttara Bhadrapada has access to some of the secrets of Tantra. These people, you may not even realize, but they would hold great secrets within themselves, and they won't share it with you. But they will keep practicing and keep improving technically with those Tantra techniques for themselves. And that's when that spiritual awakening comes into their life. The planet of Rahu is associated with the Kundalini. And the Ahir Bhudnya is also a serpent deity. The planet which is represented by the snake comes into the nakshatra, which is ruled and which is under the influence of the deity Ahir Bhudnya, which is himself is a deity of serpents, gives Rahu power. And these powers are spiritual powers to know themselves. The planet of material things, Rahu, extrovert, materialistic planet, comes into the nakshatra, which is about spirituality and deeper awakening, deeper spiritual awakening. Now, this makes this Rahu uncomfortable until they get over their materialistic wants. So, when they start their journey, they might go through search for wealth. They get it, and then they get over that material passion, and that's when their spiritual journey starts. But Rahu in Uttara Bhadrapada is all about the spiritual path. Rahu in Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra, when person is born with Rahu in Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra, they have some karma with their family, or they are born in some family where they are associated with the last rituals of the people. They are also associated with temples. or they're associated with some spiritual groups and so on in their life. The 12th sign, the sign of Pisces, is all about the deep water, and water is connected with spirituality so much. There are holy waters, okay, and Uttara Bhadrapada is associated with those holy waters, and these holy waters can be the rivers or some waters which are charged up, right, just like Tirtha, right? And Rahu in Uttara Bhadrapada is associated with these kind of divine water, with water which are associated with the divine significance. Yes. It has 4 padas. When Rahu comes into the Leo pada, Leo is all about self. So these people have a hard time overcoming their ego. Self-esteem and ego, they have a very thin line. And Rahu is a planet which likes to go out, explore themselves, and they like the attention. So when Rahu goes into the sign of Pisces, it's into the deep water, but into this pada of Leo, they feel comfortable. They feel that attention which they always seek. Okay, Rahu and Leo is a great combination. But on a higher side, it's Pisces, so it won't allow them to be like, let's say, Rahu in Leo. That's what they love the most. Now, the second pada of this nakshatra goes into the sign of Virgo, which is a Pushkar Navamsha. The Pushkar Navamsha planet, no matter how they are dignified, whether it is debilitated or whether they are having any other dignity challenges with that planet, what they do is they always make an effort to rise high. So they always try to operate on a higher level. So when Rahu is in the sign of Virgo, it's in the sign of Pisces and the sign of it's in the sign of Pisces and in the pada of Virgo. So what it does is it makes them analyze, it makes them challenge the higher belief they have, the 12th house things, and they have to organize a lot of information, consume a lot of information, and then they can go into that realm of unknown. So this Virgo pada does help this Rahu to take a leap of faith into the sign of Pisces, because Rahu is materialistic. You know, Rahu is a planet which is about head, so all the sensory organs are here. So Rahu is all about the senses. So it's very difficult for Rahu to go inside or go beyond, or go into the higher self. But on a spiritual plane, it still has that strength to bring in transformation. But Ketu and Rahu work differently. I have already covered that into the separate videos. Rahu is an extrovert planet which amplifies, and Ketu is an introvert planet which intensifies and internalizes the energies. But they bring in the transformation. That's what they do at best. Now, the third pada of this nakshatra goes into the Libra Navamsha, which is Ashtamamsha. What is Ashtamamsha? The sign is Pisces, and the pada is 8 from the Pisces, which is Libra. Now, this is the most challenging pada for any person. Even if a person with, let's say, significant planets here, let's say Atmakaraka, or let's say Dharakaraka, or any planet placed in here, you have to see the transformation. They have to go through a big change in their life with respect to that aspect of their life. Let's say their lagna is into this pada. So they will have to, their body has to go through something big until they realize the real purpose of their life. Okay, now the fourth pada of this nakshatra goes into the Scorpio Navamsha. Now this is the most challenging pada. Now this Rahu is in the sign of Pisces and is in the nakshatra, is in the pada of Scorpio. Now here, these people will always challenge their spiritual beliefs. They will always have doubts about it. And that's when there would be emotional churning about the way to go ahead with this. And that's what brings out the best from these people. But this is not an easy task. These people go through a lot, and at the end of this, they have this spiritual awakening. At the end of all these emotional churning, emotional vulnerabilities, going through uncomfortable situations, they realize the true essence of spirituality, and that's when they take a leap of faith into the realm of Pisces. And once they are into this, then they realize something which nobody else has ever experienced, and that's what Scorpio, the 8th house secret, is. Now the planet of abundance goes into the 8th pada, which is the Scorpio sign, which is not the 8th pada but the Scorpio pada, which is all about the occult and mysticism. And this whole pada is all about spiritual awakening. So this pada does help people to make most into their spiritual journeys. So yes, this was Rahu into the Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra, as much as I could hold, grasp and share with you guys. If you want to learn Vedic astrology step by step, watch these two videos on your screen. And if you want to learn Vedic astrology step by step, join my 33 days Vedic astrology bootcamp. Link is in the description, sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibrations. See you in the next videos. Love and peace. Namaste.